Have you ever stopped and wondered if school could be less about memorizing dates and facts and more about feeling this deep sense of awe? Well, today we're going to dive into a method that does exactly that. It's called Montessori's Great Lessons, and it's an approach that uses these incredible, epic stories to light a fire for learning that can last a lifetime. So here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the huge questions that really get learning started. Then we'll break down what Montessori's Great Lessons actually are and check out the 5 epic stories that are the heart of it all. After that, we'll see how these lessons are brought to life through pure wonder, and we'll wrap it all up with the ultimate goal, what's called a cosmic perspective. All right, so where does an education like this even begin? Well, it all starts with that deep, natural curiosity that every kid, and let's be honest, every one of us has inside. I mean, think about it for a second. This is one of the biggest questions we can possibly ask, right? It's not just some science fact. It's a question about where we came from, about our tiny spot in this unbelievable vastness of space. And then you've got this one. You look around, you see the smallest little bug, the biggest whale. Where did all of this incredible, vibrant life come from? These aren't just questions for a pop quiz. They are at the very core of what it means to be a curious human being. And this is where the Montessori approach is just so brilliant. Instead of trying to shrink these huge ideas into a dry textbook chapter, it answers these grand questions with grand stories, and that completely reframes what learning is. It becomes this amazing journey of discovery, not just a checklist of things you have to memorize for a test. So this whole storytelling framework, it has a name, the Great Lessons. And they're the absolute foundation of what Maria Montessori called cosmic education. Okay, so cosmic education, what is that? Well, it's a way of thinking that just refuses to put school subjects into separate little boxes. Instead, it weaves everything together. We're talking history, biology, geology, language, you name it, into one single massive interconnected story. By starting with that huge picture, kids just naturally learn to see how everything fits together. And the purpose here? It's really profound. The goal is so much bigger than just making learning fun. It's about building this deep respect for the universe and for our part in it. It's about creating not just smart kids, but thoughtful, responsible global citizens who understand the big picture. So how do you actually deliver a vision that big? Well, it's built around 5 core stories. These stories are literally the narrative spine for the entire elementary curriculum. These 5 stories are told in order, like chapters in a book. You start with the very creation of the universe, then you move to the first sparks of life, the arrival of humans, and finally, 2 of our greatest inventions ever, writing and numbers. It's really one continuous saga, from the Big Bang all the way to algebra. And here's the genius of it. That first story about the universe, it's not just a story. It's a doorway that leads straight to physics, chemistry, and geography. The story of life becomes the launching pad for biology. It means all learning is connected from the very start. These lessons are like seeds, and from them, this whole forest of interconnected knowledge just starts to grow on its own. So, we know the what, these 5 big stories. But the how they're taught is just as important. The delivery is everything, and it's all about creating that feeling of wonder. In this kind of classroom, the teacher isn't just a dispenser of facts. They are a storyteller, a guide. Their main job is to light up a child's imagination, to spark their curiosity, so that they want to go off and find the answers for themselves. And they do this with some pretty amazing techniques. We're talking about telling these tales like a gripping play, using simple but powerful science experiments, and creating these huge dramatic timelines that might literally stretch all the way across the classroom floor. It's all about making these giant ideas feel real, something you can touch and see. To really get the power of this, let's just imagine we're in one of these classrooms. Okay, picture this. The room gets quiet, the teacher dims the lights, and all the kids just lean in, totally captivated, waiting to see what happens next. The teacher lights one single candle, and that warm glow fills the space. And with those few words, she hasn't just talked about the sun. She's brought the sun right into the room with them. It's magical. And then she takes it even further. She sprinkles a little bit of golden glitter into a bowl of water and whispers, "These are the stars." And just like that, a galaxy is born right in front of them. That one simple, beautiful moment can spark weeks, maybe even months of questions and deep dives into planets and stars and our universe. That's the power of wonder. And all of this, the incredible stories, the drama, the wonder, it's all building toward one single ultimate goal. And it's about so much more than just knowing a bunch of stuff. See, the end game of this whole approach isn't just knowledge, it's perspective. It's about helping a child understand their own place in the grand scheme of things, from the way galaxies are formed all the way to the rise of human civilization. And this idea, this really gets to the heart of it all. The great lessons are about helping children see that they aren't just isolated little individuals. No, they are active, important parts of a huge, interconnected cosmic story. It gives them a sense of belonging, and with that, a sense of responsibility. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. What if the real point of education wasn't just to fill our heads with facts, but to help every single one of us find our own unique, incredible place in the cosmos?